Hello, this is Dan. Welcome to The Longest Journey. So, I heard a lot about this game. I've not played it whatsoever. And I got this during one of the Steam sales. I can't remember. I had it for a little bit of a while. I think it came out as part of a bundle. And yeah, I heard a lot about it. It's like an adventure game from the 2000s, early 2000s, late 90s, and it's about a person who travels and has adventures through multiple parallel universes or something like that. So it's got an interesting concept. And if you've played this game before and you're wondering why it might look a little different, it's because I actually downloaded an HD pack. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. Hopefully, the game doesn't crash or anything. But upon my initial original launch of the game, I was having some graphical issues running it just straight from Steam. So far, I am getting a much better UI experience running the HD mod. Probably because it fixes some of the things in the game for modern hardware and modern operating systems. So, all that being said, let's begin the journey, shall we? Let's go! Prologue. A lion is in the street.
So, you've come to hear me tell a story, have you?
Sure.
If you please, we would love to hear one of your stories. You have seen so much. You have lived so long.
Oh, so good of you to remind me of my age, child. No, don't worry. I am an old woman, but I've lived a long and fulfilling life, and I do have stories to tell. Which story would you like to hear?
Well,
A true one. A true story.
All my stories are true, child. There are enough fairy tales in the worlds already. There's no need for me to make up more, believe me.
Tell us the story of the balance, then.
the balance.
You want the story of the balance? Oh, that's a long story, child, and not one I'd venture to tell at this hour. But perhaps I could tell you a story that I heard a long time ago.
If you're just gonna pick a story, why
A
ask
story
them
that became
what
a
they wanted?
crucial turning point in the history of the balance. And that set in motion wheels that to this day are still turning.
Please, yes, that does sound like a story we'd like to hear.
Very well. This story, like all good stories, begins where it ends, in a tower, in a realm that is no more.
In a realm that is no more. Interesting. Also, what is it with those two people there? They look like they were older, but they were acting like they were younger. Like one of them had a beard, a full-on beard, man. But he's acting like he's a teenager waiting for his grandma to tell him a story. You know, actually, I'll just say that given the HD mod, graphics are looking pretty good for a game from like the 2000 era. The intro screen, the splash screen at the beginning said 1999, so I mean that's a pretty old game. If this game were a person, it would be old enough to drink. I'll just put it that way. In the US, not in Spain or somewhere else where they have a lower drinking age. That is funky. What is that? Is this an infusion or extraction? Is that a statue? Or some being? What the heck? Okay. Is it like some kind of deity that's trapped and is having energy sucked out? No. Became a person? Had eyes. And we fall down. An Ouroboros? A snake eating its own tail? Ominous. Whoa! The future! This is gonna be our protagonist. It's like Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within. Like, she's dreaming, and it looks very similar to
Oh, no. Don't tell me I'm dreaming again.
You know, for once, just once, it would be nice to have a decent night's sleep without waking up screaming from a bad dream at 4 a.m.
But is it really a dream if you're aware? If you're aware and you're lucid dreaming, wouldn't you be able to do something about it? Like, take advantage?
In my undies. That's so not appropriate.
I wasn't gonna... Well, okay. I was going to mention that she was in her undies, but I mean, it's a game from 1999, 2000, so it can't be super risque, you know?
Postcard pretty.
It... I don't know that pretty is the word I would say, but yeah, it is definitely postcard worthy. So this is from the era of adventure games where sometimes there's like what they call the magic pickle. So you gotta like move your mouse to just the right area to inspect stuff. And sometimes if you're like this, you're moving too fast and it doesn't quite, you don't quite catch it.
What's happening?
Whoa, an egg. Uh-oh.
Oh, perfect. I guess if I don't do something to save that egg, I'll suffer 7 years of bad karma or something.
That's breaking a mirror. Okay, so we can look at it, right?
It looks reptilian, but it can't be. It's much, much too big and
Maybe it's a
I don't
dragon
much
egg.
care for reptiles.
Well, dragons, are they reptiles? But I guess it could be a Komodo dragon. All right, let's grab the egg. What distinguishes a reptilian egg?
Did sound come from the egg? Boy, that's some chick. I don't think I can get a good grip on it. It's too big and slippery, and I might drop it by accident.
Okay, so we should grab something to pull it back to us. Nest?
It's a nest, padded with large scales, very large scales.
Yeah, I'm still thinking
For some
dragon.
strange reason, I have a feeling I should get the hell out of here before the tenants return.
That's probably a good idea. Old tree. All right, let's...
I'm an artist, not a botanist, but I'm pretty certain this tree is dead, or close to it.
Twig. Here we go. Who just moaned?
Oh, the suffering we must endure.
The tree is talking.
What?
Why do you take such pleasure in torturing us?
Oh, because we pulled the twig. That's why.
Torturing you? Who are you?
We are the voice of all trees, the spirit of wood and leaf.
You're a talking tree?
No, a tree does not talk. At least not in your tongue. The tongue of trees is the language of wood, root, and leaf.
That makes sense.
Who are you then?
Like we said, we are the voice of all trees. Whenever an injustice is done, we must speak for the tree if we are present.
It's the branch. I shouldn't have broken the branch off.
Oh, what does it matter anyway? There is nothing more to be done for us. We are simply here to provide comfort in the final passing to Earth.
We? I only see one of you.
We are one with our host, as we are all one spirit, but legion.
Yeah, thanks for clearing that up.
We do not expect you to understand. You are human.
Well, that kind of seems a little weird because he speaks for the tree, right? But then he kind of gave up on trying to teach her or talk to her about what she did wrong. And also, he's talking about he is only there to help comfort the tree upon its passing, but then you're not really a speaker, right? I don't know. Like you said, I'm just human. I would know.
What happened to the tree?
Oh, the pain. As the battle raged, we...
Battle?
Between the mother and Black Chaos. She was only protecting her child, but it would not back down, and the force of their battle shook the mountain.
Black
The brook that
Chaos?
fed us was led astray, and without water, we began to wither and die.
That sucks, bro.
What's the deal with the egg?
Egg? What egg? Oh, of course, the child. Whenever the mother was absent, we were entrusted with the safety of the child. But now, withered and without strength, we can do nothing to help. We have failed the mother, and we despair. Our shame knows no bounds.
Hey, there's nothing to feel ashamed
Who are
about,
you
man.
again?
We are the wood spirit. We come to all trees in the hour of great need to provide comfort and aid in the passing to Earth, and to give a voice to those who suffer.
Okay.
Our time is running out as we speak. The passing to Earth is about to begin. Leave us now.
Well,
What about the egg?
Oh, it is too late. Without sustenance, we do not have the strength to bring it safely home. We have failed, and the Earth will know our shame for all time to come.
So, he did address the things that I was saying. He wasn't the voice, so to speak. He was the wood spirit. And he provides a voice to the trees, but he's not necessarily the voice. So, okay. Yeah, I got a little green outline. He's almost kind of like the Swamp Thing, except ethereal.
Isn't there anything I can do to help?
Oh, we do not expect a human to come to our aid.
Why not?
Lose the attitude, okay? Just tell me if there's anything I can do.
It is futile. We need water, but there is none. Not after the brook changed course.
I'll find a way. Don't panic.
Yeah, we got this.
We do not panic. Unlike you, we accept our destiny. If, however, against all odds, you do succeed, we will carry the child safely back into its nest. Do not make a foolish attempt on your own. It would spell certain misery.
What do you care? What do you care, my guy?
According to the, spirit, there was some kind of battle that split the rock and changed the course of the stream.
Yes, that is what he said.
According to the spirit, there was some kind of battle that split the rock and changed the course of the stream.
What do we have? We have just the branch. Okay. How does that help us? Does that help us? Rock. Rock. Oh, April. Can we use the twig? Or the branch, rather? Can we use it here? I did not anticipate going here. Nope. Well, looks like we can run. That's cool. Guess we can't use it on the egg. But
In my undies. That's so not appropriate.
I did not intend to click on her. I was just trying to see if we can come down here this way somewhere.
In my undies. According to the spirit, there was some kind of battle that split the rock and it's the withered limb of a dying tree. I feel so guilty. I really do. I'm an artist, not a botanist, but I'm pretty certain.
Okay, so let's see. Oh wait, what's this?
Excuse me.
This is no time for idle conversation. We need water so that we may live.
Okay, so he's just peacing out. Oh, I think this is for... Oh, yeah, okay. I see. It's a mouth. And when I moved over it, it opened. I thought it was something else. Never mind. Okay. I do not know where we're supposed to go now, though.
Real life never looked this good.
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, it depends. I don't know that I prefer this scenery. Oh, storm cloud.
There's a storm heading this way. Even the weather sucks in my dreams. I feel so charmed.
Well, isn't that great for you? I don't see anything else. Roots?
Lucky thing the egg got caught between those roots. It's a long way down.
Is there anything else that I'm missing? Old tree. Oh, go to the stream? Oh no, that's just the screen transition. So rock. Rock. I'm not really seeing anything else in particular. I feel like I should be able to get closer to something, maybe. Can we use it on the stream? Oh, we just planted this branch here.
I'm not entirely certain what grand purpose this is supposed to serve, but it sure looks like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah, you're right. It certainly seems like I do.
I'm not entirely certain what fresh mountain water. Back in the real world, they'd probably charge $15 a bottle for this.
She's probably not wrong with that. but this doesn't seem like it reaches the stream. Not quite. I feel like it needs...
I'm not entirely certain what grand purpose this is supposed to serve, but it sure looks like I know what I'm doing.
It feels like this branch needs to touch this water in order to, like, get its own roots starting to absorb the water.
I'm an artist, not a botanist, but I'm...
Maybe we can talk to the tree now and tell him, hey, there's a branch there. Check it out.
Excuse me?
This is no time for idle conversation. We need water so that we may live.
Okay, so that didn't do anything. Yeah, here's the twig. I feel like we need something else in addition. But I didn't see anything else particularly.
It's a nest, padded with large scales, very large scales.
Okay. Playing older games like this definitely make me appreciate the newer adventure games that handhold you a little bit, just a little bit. You know, it's like, hey, this is an important item here. Did you check this out? I don't know. That was the cliff edge. I don't think there was anything over at the cliff edge. The root. I feel like there's gotta be something with the stream. We can look at it, and she talks about how they would probably charge $15.
According to the, spirit, there was some kind of battle that split the rock and changed the course of the stream.
Maybe we can pick up a rock or a log or something that can bring the water over, and maybe this branch is used to hold whatever it is up to catch the water and bring it down this way. But if that's the case, we need to find an additional item to set there. And I can't pick up a rock, and I didn't see anything on the ground that would be useful. Yeah, this is just to stare at the landscape, it seems. Storm cloud. Yeah, and we can't really touch anything out here, so does it really matter over here?
I'm in my undies.
Sorry.
In my
No,
undies.
I don't want to hear it, okay? It's not like you're just in your, well, I guess you are, like, just in your undies, but come on now. We've heard enough of that. Besides, we're on YouTube. YouTube doesn't want to hear any of that. Trust. Although, it's not like I am monetized or anything, so it's not, what's YouTube gonna do? Just close my channel, demonetize me? I'm not even monetized, bro. We can't grab for the egg. And we've seen the egg.
Very big egg. Lucky thing the egg got caught between those roots. It's a long way down.
I'm trying to find anything else that can be picked up. But I am not finding any... Not finding anything. Can we talk to the tree again?
Excuse me?
This is no time for idle conversation. We need water so that we...
Alright, well, I heard you. I hear you. But if you're not going to be part of the solution, you're just part of the problem. Rock.
According to the, spirit.
Alright, so that doesn't help much.
Fresh mountain water.
Yes, that is what that is. Tree?
I'm an artist, not a botanist, but I'm pretty certain this tree is dead. Or close to it.
Can I pull another twig or something? Well, I guess she wouldn't want to, having already been called out for it. Somebody help April. I guess that's supposedly why I'm here. Although, so far I've not been very helpful, have I?
I'm not entirely certain what grand purpose this is supposed to serve, but it sure looks like I know what I'm doing.
Indeed. I wonder if the fact that she's supposedly in a dream is supposed to have an impact for how this is supposed to play out. But so far, I have not seen anything else I can interact with. Let me try this nest. Maybe I can grab a scale.
This is interesting. I've never seen a scale this size before.
Ah, maybe we use the scale.
Keep it as a souvenir.
Maybe we use that as like a scooping device. Yes, it's funnel shaped. Look at that. And we set this here. No, on the branch. There we go.
This
Then
should do the trick.
This will divert the water. There we go. Look at that. I'm so smart. Whoa, look at his face, man. The tree was just thirsty. If only that's how plants got taken care of. I've never had plants that got taken care of that
Talk
well.
about instant rehab.
Exactly. Yeah, all the plants I ever try to take care of just wither. Let's talk to the old
Hello?
tree again.
Hello?
Leave us be.
Are you okay?
We find our strength returned, and so we have no time for idle conversation. We must drink and rejoice.
Aren't we forgetting something?
Seriously.
Hush, listen. The song of ancient wood. Is it not sweet?
Hey, you promised.
Sweet. Definitely. Yeah. The baby's probably ready to boogie down as well.
The baby, yeah.
The baby. Oh, the egg. Thank the earth. We almost forgot.
You did forget?
Uh-oh.
Hey. Hey, what? Okay. You were supposed to protect the egg, bro. I thought you dropped it. April, what are you doing? Leave that to its mother. Whoa.
What? What was that?
A dragon. A dragon.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
It is you. You have come.
You know me?
Really?
April, daughter, I have been waiting for you.
Did it just call April its daughter?
Waiting. Why?
Because it begins here, with you, as it always has.
Is this some circular story?
What do you mean?
The breach and the mending, the pain and the joy, the end of the old and the dawn of the new. A different world. I am the mother of what is, but you are the mother of a future that may yet be.
How will I know? How will I know what to do?
I will guide you, and I will protect you as much as I can. But in the end, you are on your own.
Isn't that always the
I'm
case?
afraid.
You always were, my child, my daughter.
She did call April her daughter.
This is probably not a good thing.
No, I would think not. Is the fight gonna happen again against the Black Chaos? What are you doing? Whoa. Oh man, I hate that feeling when you fall in your dream and then you just startle. Chapter 1, Penumbra.
What a nightmare. I'm completely exhausted. I must have been tossing and turning all night.
Does she not remember her dreams?
So hot in here, too. No wonder I keep having these weird dreams. I've basically been simmering in my own sweat every night this past week.
Ew.
Doesn't look like it's gonna cool down anytime soon, either. It's another sunny day in Newport.
I wonder where Newport is.
Well, it's a good thing the studio's got proper air conditioning. I promised myself I was gonna spend most of the day working, and I don't intend to break that promise. Not this time.
Yeah, I remember back in 1999, we didn't have enough money for air conditioning, so what I would do is I would go with my buddy to the mall where they had air conditioning. It was terrible because it didn't work very well, but it was something. Something was better than nothing.
My cash card at the moment is really quite useless. There can't be more than $1 or $2 left in it.
I know how you feel, girl. I know how you feel.
I had to borrow some posters from the cafe because I just can't afford to buy any of my own. When I think about it, that's so depressing.
Honestly, I don't think that's depressing. My walls are bare just because I don't bother decorating.
I'm not good at taking care of living things, but this plant's doing just fine despite months of neglect.
Well, isn't that great for you? All of my plants just die.
Nice view, if you're into brickwork.
Sounds like New York. Open the window? Yeah, let some air in. Maybe you can get changed for work. Can't go to work in your undies, now can you? Clothes. Ooh, what's this? Toy monkey?
It's Constable Guybrush, my toy Oh, ape. He doesn't much like being called monkey.
Monkey. How do you like them apples? Oh, we just picked them up.
It's a bunch of drawings I drew when I was a kid. I don't even know why I brought them here. They mean absolutely nothing to me.
Well, obviously that's not the case if you brought them along with you, whether you realize it or not.
I could only carry one suitcase with me when I left home. There was so much I would have loved to bring, but c'est la vie. At least it was a clean break with my past.
What happened
I
in
guess
their
when all
past?
my hard work starts paying off, I'll get a house and fill it with all kinds of new junk. The past, who needs it?
Well, the past is what makes you who you are, girl.
All right, so my wardrobe's sort of chic deficient, but I can't afford to be cutting edge. Useful, practical, and cheap is my shopping mantra.
That's funny. So is mine. Out of, necessity.
When fame and wealth come knocking, I'll buy a wardrobe the size of an ocean liner and fill it with clothes for $1 million. Right now, I'll try to focus on my work.
It sounds like she's kind of got, some esteem issues here. Wood?
It's real wood.
Okay. Well, thank you. Sure. I guess we're not going to get dressed after all.
That's my desk, so, theoretically, that's where I'm supposed to do my work. I think my muse has departed me for greener pastures, though, because lately, inspiration's been fleeting at best. Shelves.
That's it. Shelves.
It's a picture of me and my friends.
Can we take it? Pick it up so we can see it? Diary. Ooh. Read.
My on-again, off-again diary. We've had a turbulent relationship, her and I.
Why? She doesn't tell you anything. She just tells you what you've told her.
Dear diary, note to self. Dreams of talking trees and dragons aside, it's still no excuse for talking to inanimate matter in the real world. So quit it.
Is that why you're upset? Because you're talking to an inanimate object? Take all the things.
April Ryan, you have got to get past yourself.
Books.
I'm part of the should be reading more but life's too short generation. We embrace our illiteracy.
Well, that's
The
not...
last book I read was How to Seduce the Man of Your Dreams. Now, if I can just find a man to dream about, I'll be all set.
Well, maybe men is not what for you, April. Maybe you should be going after women. I don't know.
That's my work. It's supposed to be a portrait of my life study teacher, but I think he might disagree.
You know, art is subjective. So he can disagree all he wants, as so long as, like, you know, you're cool with it.
It's just a chair.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'd better head over to the studio to do some work. Only 2 weeks until the big show opens, and my contribution is in serious need of attention.
So she's an artist.
Might be a good idea to get dressed first, though.
Yeah, for real. I know artists are supposed to be eclectic, but seriously, you should at least put on some clothing. There you go.
Hey, babe.
Hey, shut up.
Babe, you're looking real sexy today.
Zach, listen, I've got to run, and...
What's going on, April? How you been?
Is this really... Is this her boyfriend? She was talking about how to seduce a man. She just needs to find a man, but just... This guy seems like her neighbor. Just outright calling her babe. Come on, man. You can do better than that. Should we be mean? I mean, he kind of seems like a creep, but at the same time, I don't know who he is. Yeah, let's just go with I don't have time for you.
I don't really have time to hang around.
Then how about hanging out with me tonight? A few raptures, some hot dancing. Did I tell you I got a VIP pass to the pavilion? Those things are hard to come by, babe.
Could you not call us babe? We're like he sounds like he's trying to ask her out on a date, but at the same time, it's like, we're not that close. Why are you calling me babe? Yeah, let's just shut him down.
No, that's not gonna work, Zach.
What? You got something against me, babe? Do I offend you in some way?
Yes.
Oh, no. I just don't think it's a good idea for us to be together like that.
Hey, whatever. You come crawling back when you realize your mistake, babe. I'm out of here.
Yeah, all right. See you later, Casanova. Yeah.
What an asshole.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Free access terminal?
It's a fact. As in F-A-C-T. Free access terminal.
Where's the C? Is access AC access? No, that's not how you do things.
Computer.
Voice interface is not installed. Please use the touchscreen interface to communicate with this free access terminal.
Oh, okay.
It's AI.
Why not consider a very reasonable upgrade? In addition to a voice interface, true holo display technology and Instacredit compatibility.
No, I'll just use my hands, thanks.
You are missing out on a great opportunity. If you upgrade now...
Hold on. You understood that. You have a voice interface installed already. Why would I pay to have another one installed?
It's per user.
Current voice interface is for sales purposes only. If you take advantage of this very affordable upgrade today...
No, really. This terminal doesn't belong to me.
Noted. Please refrain from voice communication in the future, or you will be reported to the FACT FUB and charged for processing time.
Hey, that's your problem.
Fair Use Bureau. They are authorized to carry deadly arms.
Holy cow, what kind of society is this?
Whatever. Sorry.
Don't apologize. That's trying to use voice interface, so don't bother. I just wanted to talk about her wardrobe here. It does seem very artist chic, I guess. It's slightly dark. I don't know about the form fitting, but it kind of feels like a I don't know. She's kind of got like this pop artist goth chic thing going on. Anyways, let's we'll we can't. I can't touch it or take it, so I guess I can't use the keyboard, can I?
It's a fact, as in FACT, Free Access Terminal.
Oh, we can take the plant? What?
Organic plastic. It grows.
Oh.
And it converts carbon dioxide into oxygen, just like real plants, but it doesn't need nourishment of any kind. Convenient, but disturbing.
That is kind of disturbing, actually. But converting CO2 to oxygen is a nice thing, but why bother with the whole plant thing? Why not just have like that everywhere in like little modules all around the place or something? I don't know. We just took a leaf? What? Organic plastic. That sounds so weird, man. Like organic plastic. What? Zach's apartment. No. Charlie? Who's Charlie? I want nothing to do with this loser.
Charlie's apartment. His place is twice as big as mine, with a private bathroom.
Wait.
And a huge bed. I guess he likes his creature comforts.
What kind of society is this? Is this like is this a hostel? Where these are just rooms? You would think that an apartment would have its own bathroom, right? For personal use? It does seem very much like a hostel. Here's a shared room area. Be considerate. Keep the volume down.
Be considerate. Keep the volume down after 11 p.m. Fiona.
Oh, it says after. Okay. I was like, what does that say?
Common room, duty roster, July 27th. April and Emma. Oh, joy. Manual labor. My favorite.
Yeah, same. Love it. Postcard. Oh, it looks like the Golden Gate.
San Francisco. I'd love to go there someday. Someday soon, hopefully.
Yeah, never been to San Fran, but I hear things about it.
Pizza and movie night, Monday, July 31st. BYOS. BYO what? Soap?
Bring your own soda?
Look, it's Monkey Boy.
Hey, that's Monkey Person, okay? I don't think he much likes being called Monkey Boy. So what if we've identified as a girl?
I can't tell what that note's saying as long as it's up there. Fiona's handwriting is not particularly legible.
That's why I couldn't read this word after. That was also Fiona. Jock?
I'm sorry, but big sweaty jocks do not turn me on. I'll take a nerd any day.
I'm sorry, but I'm taken. Sorry, April.
Annual summer blowout at the Fringe Cafe, Friday, August 4th, 8 p.m. Free food, live performances by Royne Dale, Harlequin Masquerade, The Go-Getters. Tickets available at the bar, $10 only. Spread the word.
Spread the word. Yes.
The omnipresent screen. I don't pretend to know how it works, but all the data apparently passes through tiny little black holes in the fabric of our dimension.
What?
You know, that really freaks me out when I think about it.
I wouldn't even understand why you would even need little tiny black holes to pass data through, because what's the point? To get data through black holes, is optical communication not fast enough? Or are you getting data from another universe? Or another, what, solar system? What's going on here? Can't you just make a copy of the data? Grab this matchbook.
It's a matchbook.
Yes, I know, but what's... Okay, well, she's not going to read anything from it. We'll just take it. Taken. Shelf.
Shelves.
Great, thank you. Oh, here's the bee now, Fiona. The way she's sitting just makes her look like a bee. You know what I mean? And we're
Morning, Fiona.
Good morning, darling. You're up early.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep.
Are you feeling all right? You look a little pale.
I think the traditional answer would be to say, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
But
I'm just a little tired, that's all.
you work much too hard, darling.
Indeed.
Not enough, apparently. I don't even know if my painting will be done in time for the exhibition. I think Inspiration's hard to find these days, real hard.
You need to take some time to yourself. Relax, have a good time. Find yourself a boyfriend. Be 18.
She's 18?
I have time to be 18 when I've made it into the 2-year program. Right now, it's all I can do to keep my head above water.
Take care you don't drown, darling.
That's cute. Did you come up with that one just now? Because that's pretty cute.
Yep. Rather nifty, eh? I'm no slouch when it comes to verbal sparring, after all.
Okay. So, she's 18. She's out on her own, working a job, trying to get into a 2-year program in college, I'm assuming. And she's struggling because, well, I mean, she can't afford an apartment with its own bathroom, let alone air conditioning or a bigger sized bed. She was mentioning how Charlie has a nicer bed. And yeah, that does suck, I will say. Let's see. I guess we'll talk to her a little bit. I mean, she seemed like kind of like an annoying bee from some of her passive aggressive stuff here, but maybe she's a decent person. Let's talk to her and find out.
Where's everybody this morning?
Mickey's tied up in the basement. Mind you, she's not literally tied up, of course, although that is a tempting thought.
Why are
you getting into your sexual fantasies here, Fiona? Because it's a little too early in the morning for that, don't you think?
That's what I was thinking.
Sorry, I just can't help myself.
You're a
Anyway,
degenerate.
the plumbing is... You probably noticed when you took a shower, yeah? There's no hot water. So Mickey's working on that. Getting knee-deep in putrid canal water is her job, thank God.
What about Charlie? He up yet?
No, he's still sleeping, and Emma just went to bed. I saw her come in when I was making breakfast. Do you know who she's seeing now?
Oh, she's spilling the tea.
I don't know. Some guy?
Those lads I see her with, darling. She's too good for those arseholes. I wish she'd find herself a man who'd treat her right for once.
She hasn't had much luck with love, no?
That's a tough proposition.
She's a magnet for creeps, and she's so pretty. They prey on her, you know, bastards.
I've tried to talk to her about it, but Emma's impulsive. She doesn't listen.
I know what that's like.
She's just as headstrong as you and me, darling, but I'm sure she'll be all right. She's smart and resourceful, and not afraid to speak up for herself.
Good for her, though. Good for her. Not afraid to speak up for herself. But, you know, she seems like she's attracting creeps. I don't know. Did she attract Zach? He's kind of a creep.
Shouldn't you be outside enjoying the good weather?
You joking? Bollocks to that. I'll stay inside until September, thank you very much. It's too bloody hot.
Ugh, I know what that feels like. Ugh, the summer, man. I can't deal with the summer. I just can't. Too hot. What are you doing? You're just... Was she doing an air sit?
Can I ask you a few questions?
Why, certainly, darling. About what?
So she does seem like she's a decent person. She's just kind of a little passive-aggressive about other things that she doesn't like.
Tell me about Emma.
Emma? Why, she's your best friend, darling. I don't know what to tell you that you don't already know. You girls are so close.
Thick as thieves.
That's true. The day we met, we clicked instantly. It was strange, but cool.
Like me and Mickey, then? Except for the sex, of course.
That's a pretty big except for, Fiona.
Oh, I guess so. She's the crazy one, Emma is. Not crazy as in mad as a hatter, but crazy in a good way. Fun to be around.
Emma's always been a little weird.
Exactly, darling. She's a flirt, too, and the boys seem to drop like flies at her feet. No wonder. She's a real looker, I don't have to tell you. I'm sure she could have been a model if she'd wanted, but she's an artist, and a good one, too. I really think she'll be a successful artist. Her sculptures are getting a lot of attention.
Maybe that's part of the reason why they get along together, because they're both artists.
Anything else you can tell me about Emma?
She ought to be a little more careful sometimes. She's a flirt, and although she doesn't mean any harm, some lads don't take too well to being teased and rejected. You should tell her that, though, being her best friend and all.
Yep.
I have told her. She won't listen.
No. She does worry me a little, but she's a big girl and she can take care of herself. I'm certainly happy to have her living here. Next to you and Charlie, she's my favorite tenant.
Oh, so she's the landlady. Okay. And so do you give special treatment to Mickey or what? Like, I don't know. But yeah, there's a term for that these days with the guys that can't stand being teased and rejected. I believe they call them incels, I think.
What did you think of me when we first met?
That's a peculiar question, isn't it? I thought you were quite lovely. I still do, darling.
Do you remember the day I arrived?
Of course, darling. It wasn't that long ago, and I'm not senile quite yet. It was in May, wasn't it? Charlie referred you to me, and you were quite at a loss. First day in the city, wasn't it? I remember. You looked like a lost puppy.
Puppy? Me?
When I saw you lugging that suitcase across the bridge, my heart went out to you. I'm glad you came here. You could have been lost anywhere else.
Oh, so she does seem like a nice lady. And that's why she has the notes. I felt they were passive-aggressive, but, in the perspective of her being the landlady, no noise after 11. That makes sense. She's the landlady. She's going to be the one that gets the complaints about the noise, so that makes sense. And that's why she would know about things that are happening while she's just sitting here I guess not in the middle of the day. I guess it is morning, because she said that April had woken up early. But maybe that's just early for April? I don't know. But what kind of place is this? I was thinking, is it a low-income place because they don't have bathrooms individually? But at the same time, it doesn't look like it's a low-income place. They've got a big TV. They've got some other amenities. I don't know if this table is anything special, but, she doesn't look like she's dressed as a slob or anything.
How long have you known Charlie?
Oh, he's one of our oldest tenants. It's close to 3 years, I believe, since he moved in. Charlie is always in a good mood, and he's such a gentleman.
Oh, that's nice.
I agree. He's an actual, genuine gentleman.
And you don't see a lot of gentlemen these days, trust me. You have a very good friend in him, darling. Perhaps even more than a friend.
Ooh.
What do you mean, more than a friend?
Is that foreshadow?
Not for me to say, darling. If you don't realize it yet, you will.
Some people never realize, darling. Some people are always just oblivious, darling. Yeah, what's up with this guy? He's kind of a jerk, this Zach.
What's up with Zach Lee?
Zach? I think we both feel the same way about him, darling. He's not actually a bastard. If he was, I'd have had him out of here in an instant. But he is an arse, and a stuck-up, pompous, arrogant wanker.
My thoughts exactly. Aside from that wanker bit.
Still, he pays his rent on time and he doesn't make a lot of noise. He keeps to himself. And most importantly, he's shit scared of me, so I can't just kick him out.
Well, from the landlady's perspective, person who doesn't make waves but pays his rent on time and is afraid of her, that does seem like a good tenant. So yeah, why would she kick him out unless there were problems and he was causing them? So yeah, that all checks out. But yeah, I was just thinking, she sounds British, and she used the word wanker, which, I mean, adds to the whole British thing. And in American media, I don't know if this was made with American media in mind, but in American media, the British people tend to be the bad people, the bad guys, the antagonists. I don't know if that dates back to the American Revolutionary War or not, but that has been generally the case. I mean, even if you look at Mission Impossible, the British sounding people are always the bad guys. Not just Mission Impossible, maybe James Bond, although I guess everybody is British in that. I mean, James is British, right? But yeah, I feel like this is an American perspective game because April has an American accent. So let's find out more about Fiona.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, Fiona.
Me? Why? There's not much to say, darling. I love my job, I love Venice, and I love being with Mickey. I'm a happy girl. Sure, sometimes I wish I could go back to England to see my family, but that's water under the bridge, so to speak. I'm very happy with myself and my life here in Newport.
Well, that's nice. I wonder if she got driven away because of her sexuality. Given that this game came out 1999, 2000, it is around the time where it was not as tolerated as it is today. So maybe that is the case. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, her and Mickey have been together. Is that like Mickey as in Michaela, maybe?
How long have you and Mickey been together?
Mickey and I have been together since I was 19. She was in her late 30s then.
Damn.
The older, wiser, worldly woman. I found her sweet and charming and intriguing. When I finally realized she was neither of those things, it was too late. I was in love. She stole me away from my dreary British inner-city life, and she brought me here. She was no knight in shining armor, that's for sure, but she knew how to treat me like a woman.
You guys make a great couple.
Oh, that's cute.
You think so, darling? Yes, I guess we do. And the sex is amazing.
You never get tired of talking about your sex life, do you?
She certainly doesn't.
Never. And if I ever do, please shoot me.
Because this was, the 5th time she's mentioned it in this conversation alone? Oh, border house. So maybe this is like a low-income or halfway house or something of that sort?
Can you tell me something about the border house?
That's one of my favorite topics, darling. What precisely do you want to know?
What inspired the name Border House?
That came quite naturally when we saw the place. It's on the border between two worlds, isn't it? Between Venice and the city itself. And at the same time, I also believe we're on the border between two more abstract worlds. Between art and spirit on the one hand, and science and technology on the other.
That's very poetic, Fiona.
Yes, I've practiced. I may be an inner-city girl, but I can philosophize and bullshit with the best of them.
I can relate to the BSing part, that's for sure. So, they're on the border between Venice and somewhere else, but is that like Venice, Italy? Or there's got to be another Venice somewhere else, right?
What made you decide to run a boarding house?
That's a long story. One of the reasons Mickey and I got together was that we shared a passion for the classic English country inns. You know, quaint, weathered buildings, funny old ladies, and oddly suggestive names like the Lazy Cock.
So why come here to the big city? To America?
Oh, it is America.
We wanted to create a place with a similar atmosphere and hospitality here in Newport. Like a safe house for people like you and I to call home, if only for a short while. So we discussed different options for a few months, and then we decided we wanted to start a boarding house for young, penniless students and artists.
You decided you wanted to do that here in Venice?
We knew that Venice was the place for us long before we came here, but the hard part was finding a building cheap enough.
And this building was available?
Not at first. Like most of the buildings in Venice, this one used to be a factory, but when we first looked at it, a local company was planning to turn it into a bar and nightclub. It was so perfect for our purposes, though, that we appealed to the Venice Borough Council, and after outlining our plans, they gave us the go-ahead at a reduced price, provided we kept our promises regarding our tenants.
That's pretty cool of the town. Although I'm having trouble figuring out, is Venice the town that's next door that they're on the border between, or because they keep saying here in Newport, but then they keep mentioning Venice. So are they in between, but technically in Newport, and Venice is just the main city, or is Newport a neighborhood within Venice, and that's why they say Newport, but in Venice. I don't know, but there are in America, so I was right about that. And it's cool that they're like, holding a place for students and artists because they generally don't have money, but they do pay rent, it seems, to an extent. I don't know how that works. And if this was going to be a factory, or was a factory that was going to be a bar and nightclub, I wonder how big this place is, because if it was once a factory, one would think that it would be fairly big. But we only see this room and the upstairs, which looked like it only had 3 rooms, so I don't know.
Do you and Mickey own the place together?
We own it together, yes, and we've shared the responsibilities between us. Mickey takes care of the maintenance of the building, and I busy myself with the administrative tasks.
Well, like what?
I also take care of the day-to-day management of our tenants, like deciding whether or not to let someone rent a room. And, of course, the unpleasant business of booting someone out.
I thought you enjoyed that part.
Yes, all right. In some cases I do, but not always. It can get quite messy.
Thanks for the information.
I'm glad I could help you out, darling.
Yeah, I imagine that sometimes it's not something you want to do, kick people out, but sometimes maybe it is, like, necessary. Maybe, like, a student is well behind and they have no hope of being able to pay the rent that they're due. And it's not a charity. They're helping students and artists and stuff out, but again, it's not a charity.
What can you tell me about Venice?
I don't really know much about the history of Venice. You should really ask someone with an interest in local affairs. What I
Okay.
do know is that this whole neighborhood used to be an industrial area, and that about 100 years ago they converted most of the buildings into residences for students and the homeless.
And the homeless.
And it's a nice place to live, certainly. Friendly people, liberal attitudes, great clothing stores, quite perfect, aside from that dreadful stench from the canals in the summertime.
Ew. Yuck. No, thank you.
What's the story behind my apartment?
Your apartment? It's more a room than anything else. Not much more than a large closet, really.
At least she
It's not
admits
that
it.
small.
It's one of our smallest rooms, but it's cheap and it's on a nice floor. I hope you're happy there.
I like it. It's convenient. And it's got, an interesting view.
That's nice to hear, darling. As for the story behind it, no unexplained deaths or hidden pirate treasures, I'm afraid. Just a long string of students on a tight budget.
That's understandable. I mean, that's what they're here for students and artists and that are having trouble with money. And I mean, yeah, because people don't really appreciate artists, at least not until most of the time until their death, and students don't hardly make much at all. It's tough for them. So yeah, I could see that. Yeah, having a story behind the apartment from a place that was once a factory converted into living quarters, I think that was a bit of a stretch, April. You know, just assuming that there might have been something there. But I guess it didn't hurt to ask, and she got her answers, so there you go.
Do you like Newport?
The city? I stay in Venice most of the time. It's easy to forget we're just a tiny little pocket in the middle of a sprawling urban wasteland. But do I like it? I think Newport is one of the great cities of our age. Love it or hate it, you can't argue with that.
And which one is it? Love or hate?
I haven't decided yet, darling. Ask me again in another 15 years. Perhaps I'll have an answer then.
One would hope. Although, cities change quite easily within 15 years. Where I live, I grew up as a child, and it is very much different. Within, the 30 years I've been here? It's been incredibly different. So, yeah, maybe you'll have an answer, but it might be different. You don't know. I don't know.
I don't have any more questions right now.
Don't hesitate asking if there's something else you want to know.
Why, certainly, darling. I will certainly come back, and I'll ask if I have any other questions I would like to have answered. But for now, perhaps I shall be going. Ta-ta.
I'd better get going.
Off to school.
Yeah, there are no more classes this semester, but I have to finish my painting by next Thursday.
For what it's worth, darling, good luck. And don't work too hard, all right?
Fiona seems like a nice lady. Very nice lady. A bit liberal, maybe a bit much, considering that she was talking about her sex life multiple times. But, I mean, she seems like a very sweet lady. I don't know how old she is here, but, you know what, guys? We're coming up on the hour. I know I started off kind of slow with that first puzzle, but I think, I think I'm going to take a break here. I hope you guys are enjoying so far. I know we're only just starting. We're barely even starting yet, but I'm interested to see what is going to happen. I mean, we've got a lot of setup into something that's going to happen, because her dream seems more like a premonition than it does a dream. And it's talking about how she's going to be the key to, or the mother of, the future. But what does that even mean? What is going to happen that she's going to be, really important in? I don't know. I hope that we'll find out a bit more in the next time. I hope you'll join me for that. And I hope that you've had a good time. And I guess if you do like it, come back and I'll see you there. Until then, everyone, bye.